Well, we finally have the title for the newest Evil Dead movie, Evil Dead Burn. It was announced on social media by the director himself, Sebastian Vanacek. He posted up the Evil Dead Burn script front cover, and it says it's written by Sebastian Vanacek and Florent Bernard and directed by Sebastian Vanacek. And it says it's based on The Evil Dead by Sam Raimi. So how is this story going to place itself into the Evil Dead franchise? Well, I think Evil Dead fans can correct me on this. I think there are 6 Necronomicons, and if all the movies are part of the same universe, then we've only ever seen 3, 4? Can't even remember now. We've not seen 6 Necronomicons, that's for sure. So there's still a chance that Evil Dead Burn could feature one of the last remaining Necronomicons that we've yet to see. People have asked, is the title Evil Dead Burn set in stone? I don't think it's set in stone, but I think it's a really good title. Evil Dead Burn. I think what they do is they post out the title to social media, and if people don't like the title, they might change it eventually. But I don't think there's been that many people saying they don't like the title. I think a lot of people are on board with that title, Evil Dead Burn. So I think that's probably going to be the final title. I know that some people don't really like Evil Dead Rise, and that's fine. I loved it. I thought it was excellent. So with Evil Dead Burn, I think they're going to take that concept and do something similar to Evil Dead Rise. I don't mean it's going to be set in a high-rise building. I think they're going to take that high-rise building idea, completely change it and put it somewhere else. I know that we were confined to the cabin in the first few movies, and Evil Dead Rise changed that up by setting it in a high-rise building. So I think with Evil Dead Burn, they might do something else, maybe in an isolated location. They could set it on a boat, an aeroplane, whatever you want to set it on. I think they're going to set it in somewhere unique so that it can feel similar to Evil Dead Rise, but completely different at the same time. But who is Sebastian Vanacek? I actually don't know. I've never seen any of his movies. And then when you check IMDb, he's only directed one feature film called Infested from 2023. I've never seen it, but it's got an okay rating on IMDb. He is a French director, I believe, so he's going to bring something different, I think, to this franchise. Things that I would expect to see in Evil Dead Burn are similar to the things that we saw in the last movie. We want to see, obviously, the Deadites. We want to see people burn, of course, because it's called Evil Dead Burn. And you just want to see that same feeling that you get from the other Evil Dead films. And I think they've done that successfully over the past few movies. When the semi-reboot came out in 2013, people were concerned because Ash wasn't going to be in the movie. And it turned out to be a fantastic film, my personal favourite in the franchise, and it didn't even have Ash. And it's the same with Evil Dead Rise. They didn't rely on Ash as a character to make the movie good. They relied on the good story itself and obviously the beats that they had from the original films. And it's the same with Evil Dead Burn. You don't have to have Ash. You don't have to have characters from the previous movies. Just make it interesting and it can be good on its own. But that begs the question, what would happen after Evil Dead Burn? Because I know that there's 2 Evil Dead movies coming out, Evil Dead Burn and an untitled Evil Dead film that I don't know when that's coming out. Evil Dead Burn will be out in 2026. Possibly 2027 onwards will be the next one. But eventually, if this film is going to be attached or connected to the previous movies, we will eventually get some sort of combined universe movie that could maybe show characters from the previous films appear in the same movie. I don't know if that would be too heavy-handed, or they would say, oh, you're just copying the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's possible, but if they do it tastefully and if it makes sense, then I don't think they should avoid it so that people don't talk about it being compared to the MCU. I think they should do it if it feels right. I don't know about you guys though. I'm just happy that we've got a confirmed director, a confirmed writer, and what looks to be a confirmed title for the next Evil Dead movie. There's not been a bad Evil Dead movie yet. The worst movie in the franchise is amazing, and that's great. And I think the best movie in the franchise is not quite a masterpiece, but is almost a masterpiece. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the next movie in this Evil Dead chapter. But what about you guys? Are you happy with the title? Are you happy that we've got another Evil Dead movie? And what do you think this movie is going to be about? As always, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned. right back.
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the back seat!